Fabled Heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
Chester Creek didn't whisper, it bit. My boots sank into the rotting dock, the wood groaning beneath me like a dying man's last breath. The air was thick with the coppery tang of old blood and the cold scent of moss, each inhalation a reminder of the darkness that lingered beneath the surface. I could feel the weight of the past bearing down on me, the memories I had tried to keep at bay for so long now rising to the surface like bubbles in a stagnant pool. The creek seemed to be watching me, its black waters like a void that threatened to swallow me whole. I had returned after 10 years, driven by a guilt that felt like a relentless current. The memory of Reese, my brother's lover, a predator who delighted in control, still haunted me, but it was Cale's promise that pulled me back. 10 years ago, in the frozen depths of this creek, he had taken me, his hands rough and possessive, his breath a scorching brand against my skin. The memory of his amber eyes, burning with a hunger that matched my own desperate need, still set my pulse racing. I remembered the way he had touched me, the way he had made me feel like I was the only person in the world. I had tried to move on, to leave the past behind me, but I couldn't shake the feeling that a part of me was still here, trapped in the darkness of Chester Creek. Now, as night settled, the water turned black as obsidian, reflecting the storm brewing inside me. A low, melodic hum rose from the water, Cale's magic, ancient and raw, stirring the ice. He emerged from the shadows, his silhouette framed by moonlight, muscles rippling beneath a dark cloak. His eyes gleamed like embers in the dark, and I could feel the heat of his gaze like a flame that threatened to consume me. "You came back for me," he murmured, his voice a blend of danger and longing. My heart hammered against my ribs, heat blooming in my chest despite the chill. I stepped forward, the cold seeping into my bones, and let his hand find mine. The contact sparked a fire that threatened to melt the ice around us. I felt a jolt of electricity run through my body, like a spark had been lit and was now burning out of control. "I've waited a decade for this moment," Cale whispered, his lips brushing my ear. "Tell me you want it, tell me you crave the darkness as much as I do." I swallowed the frost-laden breath, feeling his gaze anchor me. I was trapped in the depths of his eyes, unable to look away. "I beg you," I said, voice raw, "take me, claim me, and let the creek drown the world around us." The water surged, a roar of frozen fury, as Cale pulled me into its depths. The world narrowed to the heat of his body against mine, the electric shock of his magic coursing through my veins, and the promise of endless night. I felt like I was drowning, like the creek was closing over my head, and I was being pulled down into the darkness. But I wasn't afraid, I was exactly where I wanted to be. As we sank deeper into the water, I could feel Cale's magic wrapping around me, holding me close. It was like a warm embrace, a sense of safety and security that I had never known before. I felt like I was home, like I had finally found the place where I belonged. The water was icy cold, but I didn't feel it. All I could feel was Cale's body against mine, his heart beating in time with my own. We were two souls connected by a bond that couldn't be broken. As we descended into the depths of the creek, I knew that I would never be the same again. I had been changed by my experiences, shaped by the darkness and the light, and I knew that I would never be able to go back to the way things were before. The creek had me now, and it would never let me go. I was trapped in its depths, trapped in the darkness and the magic that lurked beneath the surface, but I wasn't afraid. I was exactly where I wanted to be. As the water closed over our heads, I felt a sense of peace wash over me. I was home, and I was never going to leave. The darkness was my solace, my comfort. It was the one place where I could be myself, where I could let go of all my fears and inhibitions. And as I looked into Cale's eyes, I knew that I would never be alone again. We were two souls, connected by a bond that couldn't be broken. And as the creek carried us away, I knew that we would be together forever, lost in the darkness and the magic of Chester Creek. The world above was distant, a fading memory. All that mattered was the present, the here and now. And in this moment, I was exactly where I wanted to be. I was with Cale, and nothing else mattered. The creek was our world, our sanctuary. And as we sank deeper into its depths, I knew that we would never be apart again. We were two souls bound together by a love that couldn't be broken. And as the darkness closed over us, I knew that we would be together forever, lost in the magic and the wonder of Chester Creek.